Welcome back. 6:23 on Daybreak, and Saturday's shooting has affected all of us in different ways. And some have immediately jumped in to help any way they can, while others are taking the necessary time to grieve and process it all.
But for two leaders at the Kids Escaping Drugs Renaissance campus who have made helping their life's work, this tragedy is where their career and their culture collide. Daybreak's Alexandra Rios shares their story this morning.
I grew up in that community. That's where my life started, in that particular community. And that particular area was always very important. That's where we always congregated. That is our cultural epicenter. You know what I mean? That's the heart of our community is right there.
For many people, like Joey Bush, Jefferson Avenue was their safe haven.
In that community, we could go there and that would be the one place that we didn't necessarily have to deal with racism or violence against us because of the color of our skin.
Something he says he didn't ever expect to see.
Our parents kind of raised us to believe that those days are over. And then you have an incident like this that says, nope, they're not.
Joey says the world he thought he lived in doesn't exist.
Not because we did something against you or we took something from you, but just because my hue is darker than yours, or that my background is not the same.
You don't think something like that will happen here in your own backyard.
Just this week, Marsha West, who also works at the campus, went to the Walden Galleria Mall. She says she felt like she was being followed.
Of course, I got nervous, and I was being followed by an undercover police officer who wanted to make sure I got out of the building safely. And though I was thankful, I cried when I got in my truck because why do I have to be escorted out to make sure I'm safe? That's now my reality. That's not a good feeling.
She says she wants to see the good in people, but Saturday's tragedy will have a lasting effect.
I'm gonna still be kind, I'm gonna still, do what I can for people, but I'm not gonna say that from time to time I'm not having different thoughts back and forth, because I'm just as good as anybody else, and I deserve to be treated that way.
But with all of this said, Joey says he feels at peace knowing one thing.
That was one person. And I know that there are other people out there that look like him, that don't have the same belief, that's not out to exterminate African Americans or black people, that they love us irregardless. I do know that that exists. And I know that exists because of where I'm at, where I work, and the fact that I'm here talking with you.
The Renaissance campus, which helps kids battling addiction, is the same place where both Joey and Marsha work. And they are helping the community right now that is hurting. They are collecting and delivering household items and foods to those who don't have access to transportation or are homebound. But I do want to stress that this campus is always giving back to our community, but this tragedy just really hits home for so many who work there. In the Information Center, Alexandra Rios, Channel 2 News.
It's so important for all of us to hear those words, to really listen and take them in.